All right, what's going on, y'all? Jonathan here with Boston Collectors, and today's video, is it worth it? Iron Man Mark IV. I know you're looking at that sticker price, right? $5.95. That's not cheap, man. Let's go ahead and shock you. Ooh, $10.40. That's not cheap, man. We're gonna take it slow though. We're going to pace ourselves. Before we really kick into that, I want to show my appreciation for you all. Running those views up on Obi-Wan Kenobi's latest video. I'm super proud of that video, man. So if you all enjoyed it, let me know. I'll gladly continue on that path of recording and filming. I don't, it did take a lot of time. I can't lie, but the fact that you all enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed putting it together, that helped me with moving forward with filming and recording in that type of manner. So with that said, we are on social media. If you're interested and you have Instagram, go ahead and check us out there. I take photos with that. And if you'd like to see, some of the figures beforehand, I do drop some videos over on TikTok every once in a while before you all actually see the video. So with all of that out the way, oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, all right? These things help us. Growth and all that, you know how I go. So with all of that out of the way, I do want to start talking about the Iron Man Mark IV. So we already did a video on this. If you want to check that out prior and my initial thoughts, go ahead and check that video out. But honestly, the quarter scale is a lot cheaper than I initially thought. So I honestly thought that I didn't think that they were going to sell it single, period. Now I saw that they had the suit up gantry outside of that, but that honestly, I thought that they were going to sell this separately from the Mark IV because of future quarter scale figures. So we'll get into that in a bit. I don't want to rush and jump the gun. So moving back to the Iron Man Mark IV, I did not think they were going to sell this separately. And it's $5.95, and that is hardly that much more than a 6 scale figure. But what we're about to do is we're gonna dive into that shortly down here. Now we've seen the photos previously in the latest video, but what I do want to start going over here is the detail section and what's in the box. So there's not going to be much to see, but maybe if you're washing the dishes, cooking your dinner, taking a dump, whatever it is you're doing, feel free to just listen along. About this quarter scale figure, honestly, there isn't really too much to go over here. We're going to go ahead and start maybe at the lower portion. So this figure features a newly developed Tony Stark helmeted head sculpt, an interchangeable helmet head with the LED light up function, skillfully applied metallic hot rod, red and gold color armor. LED lights shine through various areas of the armor. It's also articulated to reveal interior mechanical design or hidden weapons in a specially designed figure stand. So Marvel fans, don't miss out on this rare chance to pre-order the Mark IV armor and quarter scale figure. Now, notice already in that alone, they never said one thing about diecast. Not one thing came up, period, in this entire section about anything being diecast, all right? So what's in the box? So we have the Iron Man helmet with the LED light up function, white light, which is battery operated. One newly developed Tony Stark helmeted head with the removable mask. So similar to a couple that we've seen in the past and recently rescue. We also have the movie accurate facial textures with the detailed beard, wrinkles, and skin texture. We have over 40 points of articulation. Now the special features on the armor. Metallic gold and red colored painting on the sleek and streamlined Iron Man design. LED light up design on the eyes, the chest, arc reactor, and the palms. Those are white lights and also battery operated. LED lights can shine through sides of the ribs, shoulder, forearms, back of the legs, and the upper back as well. Now those are going to be blue lights and battery operated. Now, before we start diving into the rest of this, I do find it very interesting that we have the Mark I coming out, and that's 1/6 scale, and that's not battery operated. That's going to be using a USB cord to operate that particular figure. So I find it odd that they didn't bring that sort of feature to the quarter scale. I honestly thought that they would. So it's interesting that they didn't. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. Do Do you prefer the batteries? Are you even going to use the batteries? Or would you prefer that USB sort of connection to it so that you can see it lit up? This is a huge figure, so I don't see why you wouldn't want to see these lights lit up that way, but we also don't like fighting with the batteries, right? It's not fun, man. So moving on, we also have one pair of built-in shoulder missile launchers, two pair of articulated rib armor to reveal the interior mechanical design, which you see here, left and right. So those are going to come up so that you can see the cool lights inside. We also have one pair of articulated forearm armor, allowing extension for missile firing mode, and that's what you see here. So these are going to raise up so that you can get that really cool blue lighting effect, and with the missiles as well. We also have one pair of articulated countermeasure dispensers, a pair of detachable bicep armors, and 6 pieces of interchangeable hands, including one pair of fists. That's already a plus. Pair of hands with articulated fingers and light up repulsors. Again, those are going to be white lights and battery operated. And we also have one pair of repulsor firing hands. Now, we also have articulated flaps on the legs, fully deployable air flaps at the back of the armor, multi-layered waist armor with enhanced articulations allowing for highly flexible movement. Now, all of this sounds like a 1/6 scale figure, right? The majority of that is a 1/6 scale figure. Granted, I don't believe we have the inner part of the armor shining like this, nor the repulsors there on the forearm. The accessories, we get a donut box, we get a donut, a cup of coffee, and a figure stand with the movie logo and the character nameplate. Now, batteries included for this collectible figure, button cells are required. So, moving back on up to the images here, for $5.95, y'all, I gotta say this. This is a beautiful, huge piece of figure, but that base ain't cutting it, man. The base isn't it for me. But the rest of this is, this is a gorgeous figure. I am so glad that they didn't jack this price up that much because of the portrait there. And I want to say, I don't believe he was able to fully unhelmet himself from this particular version of his suit at this point in time. So I don't think it was fair for me in the previous video to say that I felt that they were sort of, it felt a little cheap for them not to do the fully portraited sculpt. So I take that back. I think that it's fine that it's like this because, again, at this point, I don't think his suit was capable of doing that unless he pulled it all the way off. And then, you know, that can be the argument, but he's got the battle damage, you know, he's got that sort of look going on. I don't really blame them for not providing the full portrait. With that out of the way, I do think that it's cool that we get everything else here, but that base ain't it. I wish that this looked a little bit better. Outside of that, you know, for $5.95, I think this is pretty good. Now, that's just the collector's edition. When we move on to the deluxe version, that's where that ticket price is absolutely crazy. But before we dive into that, let's go ahead on over to the Iron Man Suit Up Gantry. So, separately from the Mark IV, you can buy this. Now, I really do think they're setting up for releasing more quarter scale Iron Man figures just because of this Suit Up Gantry alone. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is this something that you think they're going to try to do, or do you feel like that this is just kind of, it's a one-off for this particular piece? You know Iron Man is their bread and butter, so we got to keep it real, all right? So let's go on down to the About This accessory set. Crafted with authentic and fantastic details, the quarter-scale suit-up gantry accessory set features multiple LED light-up areas located on mechanical arms and gantry platform. We already have that light-up feature, right? Now let's go ahead and see how it's going to light up. So, approximately 63 centimeters in height, 75 centimeters in width, and 36 centimeters in diameter. This is going to be a huge piece of furniture. That's a piece of furniture, man. I don't care what you say. That's huge. We have 12 LED light up areas on the gantry base. White light, keep that in mind. They are separating what's going to be what. And those are going to be battery operated. All right. Now we also have 8 LED light up areas on the mech arms. White lights, again, also battery operated. Over 80 points of articulation. So this thing is going to articulate way more than the figure. We also have 5 mech arms, 1 left and 1 right for disarming the forearm armor, the rotatable function, or I'm sorry, it's going to have a rotatable function. 1 in the front for disarming the chest, 1 in the back for disarming the helmet, and 1 at the back. So right away, the 1 at the back for disarming the helmet is making me question if I should have just stood on keeping or giving us that portrait. If we're disarming the helmet, why don't we have the fully unhelmeted portrait? I don't understand it. Or is it supposed to appear as if it's maybe putting it on Tony? I don't know. Now they're about to make me step back. I felt a little bad. Now I don't. We have 4 small mechanical arms and 1 set of interchangeable decals. Now, something that I really, really want to point out. Batteries included for the collectible figure. We have the button cells that are required, right? Batteries are not included for the diorama figure base, and those require 3 A batteries. 3 pieces are required. Now, the light up function operated using the USB power. USB connecting cable is not included for this collectible, and a micro USB cable is required. So at this price, man, I feel like y'all should at least gave a cable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta spend almost $500 for this thing, and I can't even get the cable, man. Like, we got the batteries that are included, the button cells, but we don't get the 3A batteries. We don't get the USB micro cable. I don't know. So the batteries down here are gonna light up. The A batteries are gonna light up down here, and they're saying that the button cell batteries will light up elsewhere. I'm guessing without the USB cable. And it looks as if, I don't know, there's a cord here maybe. That cord, I don't really know where it's going to plug into. I've not personally seen any location for this on the image. See if we can locate that by chance. Yeah, it's not showing it, unfortunately. I would really love to know how that plugs into the unit. So that's interesting alone. I want to say maybe with the USB separate from the batteries, maybe we don't need batteries, period. And the micro USB cable will power the entire unit and we don't need any batteries, but I don't really know. I'm not really sure how that's going to go. This huge thing is 15 pounds. Look at that shipping weight, 15 whole pounds. The quarter scale figure, 20 pounds. My God, that is rough. So, I'm sorry, 20 pounds for the suit up gantry and the actual figure itself, 15 pounds for the figure separately. So now with that said, looking at the Mark IV and the suit up gantry all together, that does not mean you'll get that USB connecting cable because it's still not included. You're not going to get the batteries. That's not included. You're only going to get those button cells, and that's kind of it. You don't get anything extra for buying the entire set together. It's kind of up to you. Do you feel like the suit up gantry is important for your collection, or do you feel like are you kind of, I just want the figure, or maybe you're just like, I'm thinking in advance, man. You know, I want this. Because if they ever come out with a 1/4 scale Mark 85, like, you know, I gotta have this. It is the suit up gantry. He didn't need that later on as he started developing his nanotech. You know, he didn't need this, but I understand the importance of having something this cool and this epic in a collection for a 1/4 scale figure. You know, who knows? Maybe the nanotech died out. You know, you can always write up your own story. It's your collection, man. You know how this go. So, do I think that it's worth it? Honestly, y'all, I think with the figure alone, $5.95, I really do think it's worth it. Let me just clear something up. I'm not picking it up though. But for $5.95, it isn't die cast. You do have to keep that in mind. If you're a collector and you have a die cast Iron Man and you have a non-die cast Iron Man, you know the difference between the two. All right. Now, if there were die-cast pieces and components, you know full well that would be at least $8.95. It damn sure wouldn't be $5.95, okay? Now, I do personally think that it's worth it. Yes, you're not going to get that fully unhelmeted portrait, but to me, that's fine. This is a huge, huge figure. This is not that much higher than the Battle Damage Mark 85, if we got to be honest. Now, when we look at the accessories, yes, they're a little light, all right? That base is boo-boo. I'm not feeling the base. That feels a little lazy. But it also feels like, okay, we made that lazy base so that you can get what the real base would be. But that real base is real expensive, all right? Now, the Iron Man suit up gantry, again, this is just me speculating that possibly we'll be seeing more 1/4 scale figures. Do I think that it's worth it? The possibility of another 1/4 scale piece? Yeah. I'm going to say, yeah, man, I think that is dope, but I would hate to go out and buy an extra suit up gantry, right? Let's say I got the money like that and I do it. And y'all never release another 1/4 scale. That's on me. Hot Toys never said that they released another one. That's all on me. So I just ate 470 for what? A dream. All right. So be very careful with this one. I'm only speculating. I don't want it to sound like, you know, I have the ends to what's possibly coming. Buy this at your own risk. But I do think that this is worth it for the possibility of another 1/4 scale piece. Now, the deluxe version. If I were an Iron Man collector, looking at this price tag is scary. That, honestly, I can't even tell you if it's worth it or not because I'm not an Iron Man collector like that to say over $1,000, and that's not shipping included. Shipping somewhere else, chilling, all right? Let's check out those monthly flex pays. It's not too bad. That NRD is huge. It's huge, all right? But I feel like this price tag right here is sort of up to you. Did you like Iron Man 2 enough for this? Do you like Iron Man enough for that? Let me know in the comments down below what you think, because that's tough. That's rough, man. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate all of your love lately. It's been huge. 2021 was a great year for us, and 2022 was going to be an even better year. All right. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the flippity flop.